Welcome to the Living Alone podcast, where we help you reclaim your confidence and energy through taking control of your wellness. I'm Paige Hope.
And I'm Tracey Vlahos. Join us for quick chats on wellness, personal growth, hormone regulation, and more. Well, welcome to another episode of Living Alone with the incredible Paige Hope. I love saying that each and every time.
With the incredible Tracey Vlahos.
Well, oh my gosh, I am so enjoying these episodes here during the holidays in November. As we always say, we love keeping it real, right? We are all about helping people be able to manage stress, have more energy, have more confidence, and hey, have some beautiful glowing skin while they're at it, non-toxic. Let's just say that.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real. And speaking of keeping it real, you know, Paige, a few weeks ago, we were talking about sugar and so forth, right? And because we're literally in the middle of like the biggest sugar holiday of the year, because there's like 4 or 5 holidays all crammed into one, right? Yes. But something that I want our listeners, that I know sometimes stresses people out during the holidays, is you can enjoy all the indulgence of the holidays and still maintain. Because that used to be my biggest thing. Because Paige, I mean, I remember every year going, I don't know if you've ever done this. Oh, I'm not going to gain any weight this year. Because I'd put on a good between 5 and 10 pounds. And then, of course, January would come and I'd be like, why did I do that? Well, of course, going and studying holistic health, a health practitioner, I realized when I worked with my clients, what if you could just have a holiday game plan, enjoy all the indulgence that you want, but I'm going to help you in maintaining and creating really good habits. And when they would put these 5 practices into place, you come out in January, you have enjoyed, you have no guilt, and you're able to just focus on whatever you want for that year instead of going, oh, another year. Oh, I've got to, my pants are too tight. I'm feeling like this or that. I don't know if you've ever felt that way.
Oh, yeah. I think I mentioned the binge used to hit me hard back in the day. So it's true. Well, talk us through this game plan, Tracey.
Yeah. So here's what I want. We're going to keep this episode like short and to the point. Let me just say that because I just thought I have to have all of you understanding. One, I'm going to say, holistic health is also enjoying things in life, meaning, right? Your mom bakes the incredible pumpkin pie. Your grandma does the amazing cookies, right? And every year you look forward to having them. Do you realize how much joy? 1, they're baked with love. 2, you're enjoying them. All right. So I just first want to say that. But you said sometimes it's the overindulgence. It's like, how do we not do the all or nothing? Like, oh, well, yesterday I ate all that. Well, I might as well go ahead and have that. And now it's Wednesday and now it's Thursday. And now we get off into this whole thing.
Yep.
So 1, it's about mindset and intention. Is I am going to enjoy this year with no guilt whatsoever, but I'm also going to fuel my body well. So I kind of like I'm going to set the stage for you, Paige.
Love.
It would be a holiday party. Oh, it's going to be, 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. And I know there's going to be all these treats or whatever, and I can't wait. And one of the things that I used to do is I would be like, I'm going to save up all day. I basically starve myself all day because I know I'm going to go to this party and have all these things. What I realized, that created the vicious cycle. I'm starving myself all day.
Which is harming your hormones, by the way. Please don't starve yourselves.
Thank you.
Keep going.
No, I want Paige to be able to say that because it is. There's all kinds of things, your hormone regulation, your metabolism, the psychology underneath that. Now you're binge eating. So what I encourage, I'd say, please, as I was doing huge workshops, working with one-on-one clients, I'd say, I need you to get up and have regular food all day. Matter of fact, I personally focus on really good protein. You're so good at that, Paige, during the day, getting my protein in, getting my fat in, getting my hormones regulated, getting my metabolism, not feeling ravenous.
When you get there.
You get there. Because if you feel ravenous when you get there, you go to the table and you just start loading that plate up. And all of a sudden you're putting all this into your body and it's hormone dysregulation. Your insulin levels, your cortisol, this vicious cycle that you were talking about, right? That affects our chemicals in our brain. We don't have time for all of that. That's why the next day, this whole thing can spiral.
So you're saying the first thing This is on the list.
Yes.
This is your holiday list, everybody. The first thing that you guys do is just change the mindset around the all or nothing, but also going in, telling yourself, like, again, last week we talked a little bit about gratitude and affirmations, but also going in saying, I'm not going to have shame this year around any of this. I'm not going to be guilty. I'm going to have fun with it, etc. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
There's no starve. Why do you don't starve yourself if you have shame? Or, I mean, if you're going, like, no, those two things are going to go together. You still fuel your body, you go. So that's number one. Now, number two is when I would get there to fuel my body, I love looking around at the food, right? I want to see what I have. I see whatever, like I keep talking about the pumpkin pie and cookies. Can you tell this is probably some of my favorite things that I love? Yes. All right. Well, I'm thinking to myself though, but Tracey, like you probably don't need to start, with all the sweets in mind. So I always would, look at everything, right? I would start with some good protein. There's always some sort of meats. Now, I'm not big on cheeses and things, but I would just start having just little appetizers and different things like that so that I didn't go full blown, like spiking my insulin. And so I would say to everybody, take a look at everything that is there. Think about all the different things that you want and start. And I like to say, number two, build a painter's plate. What in the world is a painter's plate? If you've ever watched a painter before, they have this big plate and they have just dollops of paint on their plate. I would just put all these little things on my plate. Everything that I wanted to enjoy. I didn't feel guilt about it. And I'm like, yeah.
And you don't feel sick because you're not eating all of it. Yeah, I think that's really, really key.
Yes. Like there's so many things. Like I said this to Paige not long ago. I said I was the girl because I love pie, Paige. Oh, I want all the pie that's there. There's going to be apple pie there, an apple crumble there. There's going to be a pecan. There's going to be pumpkin. And yes, it'd always kind of be pre-cut. But for me, I would then take a sliver of all three because that painter said, I want all three and I'm going to have all three with no guilt. But it was that simple mindset. And everybody would always go, oh, Tracey was over at the pie. Look, there's like a half a piece over there. But you know what's funny? Is everybody actually started doing it. They're like, that's a great idea. I want all three, Tracey. Like, look, you're enjoying all of it. I'm like, yes, enjoy it without guilt.
I love that.
So please, this is how you're going to do this.
What is number three?
All right, number three. Can we just talk about beverages?
The bevies.
The bevies for a second. What I need everybody to understand is that easily consuming an extra 500 calories a day not only causes weight gain, puffiness, right? Sugar, inflammation, different things in your body. That's how we end up. What I'm going to say this, and forgive me, like I was packing on the pounds, right? Instead of enjoying everything, is that easily having a few glasses of wine or whatever, maybe the eggnog or I don't know what's, going on, whatever alcohol there. I'd really say, let's be mindful of it. If you have to have something, like I personally, because I know how it affects my hormones, I really don't. I have a few alcoholic beverages a year, perhaps, something special occasion, but it's not my thing. But other things, people would say, but Tracey, enjoy it. So I'd say, okay, can we just go in saying we're maybe only going to have one? And after that, I'm going to make sure that I have sparkling water. I hydrate myself. I'm not going to just keep pouring the drink in. So the next day, right? Because what happens is, have you ever been so full at night, the next day you wake up and you're like, I am so hungry. How did I eat all that? And today I'm starving. And that's what will trigger the ghrelin, which is a hormone in your body, because we've spiked that ghrelin up. So I say to everybody, when you think about beverages, be mindful, set something in place. Maybe every other party you have it, but have hydration and water afterwards. But that's huge because it easily can get out of control.
And I think for my tip on this one, I like to kind of just go in and kind of pick and choose. So like I mentioned on a couple episodes ago, like I'm going to decide that dessert's going to be my thing. I'm not going to go after the drinks, right? And I actually don't drink alcohol at all.
Yeah.
So I would just say, you also like can set those boundaries with yourself. And this is still a time. So this year, this is going to be my first year actually like being dedicated on still being gluten and dairy free even during the holidays. But I want to say that just for the simple fact of that doesn't mean I'm not going to have fun and indulge. It just means that I'm going to be the one at the party. Actually, I shouldn't even say me. My sister's listening to this. My sister is going to be the one. We're both very dedicated right now because we are both in the healing stage and taking really good care of ourselves. And even that little bit of gluten can affect us. And so for us, she has become the most incredible gluten and dairy-free dessert baker in the world. So we're going to link some of her recommended recipes. But just the other day, you know, we had a Halloween party and she came with the gluten-free sugar cookies. So I think one thing to note here too is like, don't use this as a way to like totally get like so off track. I think yes, indulge and have fun, but also know where your like lines are and where you want to be disciplined, because discipline is also part of this practice. And we believe in holistic wellness. Discipline is always going to be a part of our daily practice. And I think that's important to know in anything. You can't become successful. You can't do all of these things. There's no way in heck I would have been able to build what I've built today. Same with Tracey, without discipline. And so
no way.
This doesn't mean, hey, holidays are a time to just like completely unwind. You know, our audience, like we're definitely the optimal types of people. Yeah. And so for me, I'm going to go in and I'm actually not going to have the gluten and dairy, but we're going to come and we're going to have fun with gluten-free cinnamon rolls and gluten-free things, and we'll have a blast. But that is where I'm drawing my discipline this year.
I like that.
Is like, I'm just not going to go there because I know what it does to my body. Yeah. And I just have to make the intentional decision to go in with that. Now, it also means like there's going to be some gluten things around me for sure. But if I come prepared with my own really yummy, now I'm not skimping on the sugar, I'll be real with you. Like we're putting sugar in these desserts, okay? But it means that like I'm going to still be able to enjoy with my family without getting like inflaming my body and getting an eczema flare up because of the gluten and dairy. Like I'm just not going to go down that route. So that's another thing just to note on the hormone regulation side. I just wanted to plug my little thing in there, but I know you're on number 3, 4.
No, because I've always said that bringing your own things, it's important and people do appreciate it. Like it's easy for me at the holidays. I am definitely a no gluten girl. And I am picking the filling out of the pie is what it is. Because, right, you've got your turkey, you got your ham, I've got my vegetable. Like, so I'll skip on the stuffing and things. So if you are like gluten and dairy
stuffing
free,
is gross anyways.
Like, right, like whatever that is, like for you, right? I bought I'll bring the grain-free dinner rolls because I think, Tracey, that's something I really want. And then I'm introducing it to other people and I love that. And then like you said, the dessert. So please hear us as well. Like wherever you are on this journey, it's mindset and discipline. But when you go in with a game plan, you're like, wow, oh my gosh, I feel good. I have no guilt. I feel wonderful about everything. But let's move on to number 4. And Paige, you're really good about this because it is a crazy busy time of year. It ends up that we're getting less sleep. We're like stressed out, or like our time is getting a little bit thin. We're getting invited to things, just lots of things going on perhaps. But getting those workouts in, those workouts are so important. To make sure. So even that next day, especially for me, that I get up, and I would always do this, I would get up and do heavier legs. Let's say I didn't even get to the gym till evening. That's just happens to be me. I would get up and do squats and lunges and a quick walk because I thought everything that's in my body, like imagine it running, the glucose, everything like streaming through my bloodstream. I want to be able to start using that and converting it in my body. So I would get up and do just little exercises, which sound crazy.
No, it doesn't. I do the same thing. I do a heavy leg day the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Because why not use that for muscle building?
Yes.
Like you had 3 times as many carbs as you normally do. Yeah. Go freaking have an awesome leg day. You're going to have the best leg day of your life. The day after Thanksgiving, mark my words,
I know
it's the best leg day of your life.
Like
I'm pretty sure I hit my PR last leg day. Last Thanksgiving.
This is what I'm saying.
So have fun with it.
So like literally put that in your schedule, like know that. And I am a little more lethargic the next day. And I say, no, you know better, Tracey. Like let's get up. And after I do it, I feel so much better. Now I'm not having the cravings. either. So many people say that and they can't believe they've come back to me going, I can't believe this, Tracey. So,
and it's any type of movement is going to be good for hormone regulation as well. So it's going to get your body moving, your bowels moving. Like that's the other thing too, is even if you're able to do, I know Tracey's able to because she lives in Scottsdale, but even like a walk after you eat, on Thanksgiving or a big, heavy meal. We know Paige loves her digestion walks. Like now it's going to be cold here during these holidays. So I won't necessarily be able to do it outside, but there's so many ways you can get your movement in to get things just moving and grooving in there.
Absolutely. I don't care if you turn on music and you dance and you hold on to your sink in the kitchen and you're doing squats. I've done it all. People have laughed at me, but I will tell you it works. And the people I've worked with are like, I can't even believe it, Tracey. I feel so much better. And number 5, you've heard about the next day, because it's so important to then get your body. Like I said, I keep saying it's crazy how the next day you get up and you think, how am I so hungry? I've had all this, now I'm craving, because we have the night before you might have turned on your ghrelin hormone, right? If you don't know a lot about that, we do have an episode. Matter of fact, I'll link it down here. It talks about ghrelin and leptin. But for me, I will make sure that I get up, I have warm lemon water in the morning because I want to hydrate my cells. Mm-hmm. It also gets the digestion going. I'm going to go ahead, as I just said, maybe do a little dance, do a little bit of walk. And that right there helps me then get back into that mindset, get things moving through my system.
I love that.
And that's it.
The warm lemon water has been so life-changing for me. Yeah. That is the best thing to fuel your body with that next morning. That's perfect, Tracey.
Yeah. Those 5 little things, all of a sudden, they sound really simple, but when you have the game, you go, oh, here's my holiday game plan. Nope, I'm going to intentionally do this. Nope, I'm not going to starve myself. Nope, I'm going to eat a little bit of whatever I want. I'm still going to work out. I'm going to get up and have movement. I'm going to have my water. Bam, I've enjoyed the holidays and feel really good about it. And that's what we're all about.
That is what we're all about. So during this holiday season, have fun, enjoy, but also remember, wellness is a lifestyle. Holistic wellness, it's a lifestyle. So there are going to be times and things where you might have to have a little bit more discipline with things. But we also want you to fuel your soul. And fueling your soul is also so important. And I will tell you, I am so excited for those gluten-free cinnamon rolls.
Oh, hey, your sister?
I was going to say, I think my sister's probably cracking up right now. She's like, why are you putting me on blast? But I'm like, listen, and I'm not a cook. I'm not a baker. I always joke about that. I'm like, I wanted so badly to be that domestic, woman. And I'm like, that is not who I turned into, dang it. Anyways.
Me neither, girl.
But if that's you, send us in your recipes.
Yes.
If you have any fun gluten-free, dairy-free recipes, we'd love to share them.
Yes.
We have an ever-growing community. And so one thing I want to say here as well is, of course, the brand is Elan Pure. But the bigger mission is really empowering people to have more energy and confidence and passing that forward.
Yes.
And so we do have a community, and it's called the Living Elan Network.
Yes.
And this network you can join at network.livingelan.com. You get access to Tracey's education, which again is such a gold mine. You guys have this free podcast, which is also incredible. But imagine this on steroids with some of the fun stuff we're going to have. We'll do podcast live events. We're going to have, of course, you get discounts on products. You even can get some sort of free stuff going on. You get access to things that other people don't get access to. And the reason we're doing this is because we believe in having and building community that can help each other thrive. Yeah. It is not just about selling products to us. It is about creating a network of people that can live more energetic lives, pass that on, and therefore be happier, healthier.
Hey, this is what I always say, energetic and confidently. And hey, and if you can glow while you're doing it through the holidays, that's fantastic too.
That's freaking fantastic.
But I do let everybody know, we will have it in the show notes. The link, please, we ask, join the community. Send your questions there, because this is where we even give you more personalized information. So until next time, here's to your energetic, confident self.